The morning sun glinted off the turquoise waters of the French Riviera, and the air was rich with the smell of salt and sunscreen. Jessica Morrow, a 26-year-old marine biology student, leaned against the wooden railing of the pier, adjusting the GoPro strapped to her chest. Her blonde hair was tied up in a loose bun, her wetsuit half-zipped down to her waist. Today was supposed to be a dream, her first swim with wild dolphins. A local tourism company, Aza Adventures Maritimes, had invited her as part of a documentary series about human-marine interactions. The captain, an older man with a tanned face named Bernard, had reassured her, "Don't worry, Jessica. These dolphins are used to humans. They're playful, like children." Jessica smiled politely, though she knew better than to underestimate a wild animal. Dolphins were powerful predators, not just smiling fish for postcards. Still, the excitement in her chest outweighed the caution in her mind. The arrival of the pod. By 10 a.m., the boat was gliding far from shore. The water here was deep, almost indigo, and the surface shimmered in the sun. Jessica could see shapes starting below, sleek gray bodies cutting through the water like torpedoes. The film crew began rolling. "There," Bernard pointed as a dolphin leapt high, spinning in midair before splashing down beside the boat. The pod followed, about 7 in total, surfacing to exhale in explosive bursts of spray. The sound was exhilarating. Jessica put on her mask and slipped into the water, the cold shock making her gasp. The dolphins circled her, curious. One in particular, a large male with a distinctive scar down its side, kept closer than the others. Jessica's heart raced, not in fear, but in awe. From playful to aggressive. For the first few minutes, everything was perfect. The dolphins swam beside her, clicking and whistling, occasionally brushing her legs with their smooth flanks. The crew above cheered, capturing every moment. But then something shifted. The scarred male, later identified by researchers as Orpheus, broke from the playful pattern. Instead of passing by, he began circling Jessica tightly, bumping her with increasing force. The first bump made her laugh nervously. The second knocked her sideways, filling her snorkel with seawater. "Jessica, you okay?" A voice called from the boat. She lifted her head briefly and waved, forcing a smile. "Yeah, I'm fine." Underneath, Orpheus dove deep, then shot upward toward her legs. The impact was hard enough to send her spinning. Jessica's chest slammed against the GoPro harness. A sharp pain bloomed in her ribs. The attack escalates. Dolphins are fast, capable of bursts over 20 miles per hour. Orpheus began ramming Jessica repeatedly, each time from a slightly different angle. The other dolphins scattered, clicking anxiously. Jessica tried to back toward the boat ladder, but Orpheus cut her off, forcing her toward deeper water. Panic started to take hold. Her breaths grew shallow and fast, and the salt burned her throat. From the deck, Bernard shouted something in rapid French, and 2 crew members grabbed long poles, splashing the water to distract the dolphin. But Orpheus didn't back off. Jessica's GoPro captured everything, his dark eye fixed on her, his scar rippling as he twisted his massive body for another hit. She kicked hard, but he was faster. Another slam knocked her mask half off, and the ocean blurred with bubbles and panic. Rescue in chaos. The rescue happened fast, though in Jessica's mind it stretched into eternity. Bernard maneuvered the boat closer, while one crew member, Luke, dove in without hesitation. He swam between Jessica and Orpheus, thrashing his arms to redirect the dolphin's attention. The distraction worked, barely. Orpheus darted around Luke, but gave Jessica just enough space to be pulled toward the ladder. She gripped the rungs with trembling hands, the world spinning from adrenaline. Luke surfaced beside her, shouting for her to climb. She scrambled aboard, collapsing onto the deck. Her wetsuit was scraped where the dolphin's skin had rubbed raw against it, and a purple bruise was already blooming on her side. Aftermath. For several minutes, Jessica sat hunched over, coughing seawater and trying to process what had happened. The pod of dolphins had retreated to a safe distance, still watching. Orpheus surfaced once more before diving out of sight. Bernard knelt beside her. "I have been with these dolphins for 20 years, he said, his voice tight. "I have never seen Orpheus act this way. Maybe he was protecting something." Later analysis of the footage suggested that Orpheus might have perceived Jessica's approach as a threat to a hidden calf nearby. Dolphins, while often social, can be aggressively territorial, especially males. The video goes viral. Back on land, Jessica's GoPro footage was uploaded to the documentary team's channel, but within hours it had been clipped and shared across social media under sensational titles. Dolphin attacks Jessica, real video. Swimming with dolphins gone wrong. Wild animal turns on tourist. Millions of people watched the exact moment Orpheus rammed her, the image freezing mid-impact as commentary channels dissected it frame by frame. Some viewers criticized the crew for letting her swim in the first place. Others defended the dolphin, calling it a wild animal simply acting naturally. Jessica found herself in the middle of a heated debate she never asked for. Jessica's statement. A week later, Jessica appeared in a recorded statement, still with faint bruises, but otherwise healed. "I don't blame Orpheus," she began. "I entered his home. I should have remembered that I was the visitor. He didn't attack me for fun. He reacted to something he saw as a threat. We need to respect wild animals, not treat them like theme park attractions." Her calm, measured words surprised many viewers. The clip went viral again, this time framed as a lesson in marine respect. Jessica was invited to speak at environmental conferences, turning a frightening incident into an educational mission. Epilogue. Months later, Jessica returned to the Riviera, not to swim with dolphins, but to help lead a research project mapping their migratory routes. On one of the survey days, the team spotted Orpheus again, scar glinting under the water. Jessica stood on the deck, watching him from a respectful distance. For a brief moment, he surfaced and exhaled, the spray catching the sunlight in a perfect arc. It wasn't forgiveness or friendship, but it was understanding. And for Jessica, that was enough. Final note. The Dolphin ET Jessica accident remains one of the most replayed wildlife encounter videos online, a rare reminder that the ocean is not ours to tame, and that respect is the first rule of survival.